players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
I mean, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Thornton out there with Dragic, and it's Winslow in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets delivered quite a performance. He ended with 41 points and stuffed the stat sheet with a double-double. A standout effort. All around. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
Now here's Lee, following the miss by Chris Bosh. Now here's Drummond. He's got 8. The dish to Meeks. Pistons passing it around. Lee outside, and it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dishes it to Winslow. Bosh, that's the pick for Dragic. No good off the front iron.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Lee. Again, the Pistons score.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
They really want to find that. Nighter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
I don't want us taking shots with hands in our faces. Move the ball. Move the ball. Spread their defense and get our shooters some clean looks. Tighten up.
Let's go quickly over to Doris. A new group in for the Heat. Amari Stoudemire. He's checked in for Whiteside. Bosh comes in for Jarnell Stokes. Josh McRoberts is checked in for Winslow. And it's Udrich in for Marcus Thornton. Now Dragic. He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Free throw drops for Goran Dragic. And Goran Dragic drops them both. Here's Lee from the arc. Can't get it to fall. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Pistons leading by 4. On the floor for Detroit. Lee in his point guard. Ilyasova out there with Johnson. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Kalathis in at the 2. Here's Dragic following the basket by Freak. Pass to Stoudemire. And Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Udrih. Bosch kicks to McRoberts. Stoudemire dishes to Thornton. Feeds it to McRoberts. Pocket 6. The pass to Thornton. The Heat need to get a shot off. Stoudemire, no good.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead.
Lee passes to Baines. Rebound by the Heat. And McRoberts kicks to Bosch. Dragic against Lee. Pass to McRoberts. Here's Stoudemire. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
One shot.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
The Heat making a switch here. Winslow's checked in. Then for the Pistons, Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Marcus Morris comes in for Johnson. And it's Jody Meeks in for Nick Kalathis.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, you can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Here's Stoudemire, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And Miami has possession after the basket by Detroit. Bosch drives in, and that one's good.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here.
And Lee with the stuff.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun. This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
It's Dragic with the drive. Outside for Thornton. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Here's Lee outside. Here's Drummond. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Now here's Dragic. Meeks with the steal. Lee outside. Drummond the screen. And he drops it in. Just a pretty release there from Lee. And now it's an 8-point Piston lead. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Detroit?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
Bosch with the bucket.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I...
Patience.
That's a nice pass.
Patience.
I will give you that one.
Yeah, who's on the money, that's no doubt.
The long rebounds, which equal the transition points. Make the defense move. And let's
So it's Detroit now.
Great shot.
There's Lee with the 3. Miami grabs the miss. Bosch has got his 5th rebound in this one. Thornton dishes to Dragic. And it's sent back by Drummond. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Leaves running.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
.125 left in the game. Baseline Jay on the way. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Chris Bosh. There's Lee with the three. They shoot again, and Morris with the lay-in.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Lee with the steal. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Pistons.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
But, Greg, still 2 more games upcoming between these teams, so we could have a few more twists and turns down the road.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Lee. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Winslow's shot is off. Fires the three. Off the mark. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
That was Freak turning up the volume right there, baby, all the way up to 11, and the stereo only goes to 10, Ernie, but we're at 11 right now. The man himself may be quiet, but his performance spoke very loudly.
What can you say about the show he put on tonight? That was simply basketball greatness. You hardly get a player that gets that focused, that determined. He did the work of 3 players out there tonight and got the points to prove it.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.